Yo, what's going on, guys? And with this being All Star Weekend, I wanted to sit down and talk about the Atlanta Hawks and what I think about them. They're currently, you know, 28 and 30. Now, this is a team that I do think will be in the playoffs. And I want to talk about right now. I want to hear your thoughts. What do the Hawks have to do to completely turn their season around and to have success that they had last year and success that we recently saw them when they went on that 8 game win streak against or 7 win game streak during a few weeks ago. So I think it's very much possible. I want to hear your thoughts down below. And let's talk about it because I do think it's something very interesting. And John Collins will be back after the All-Star break, they said. So keep out for that. But let's talk about it. The starting lineup is obviously Trae Young, Kevin Huerter, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, and Clint Capella. John Collins, prototypical power forward in the NBA. Got to stretch the floor, play some small ball, defend multiple positions, the 3 to the 5, and he can rebound and have a double-double any given night. Clint Capella gives you a double-double every night, basically, and protects the rim. You got a good front court right there. And in the back court, you now have Trae Young and Kevin Huerter being a shooter and being able to just put them out there. And the thing with DeAndre Hunter being the starting lineup is you could argue that Hunter is their glue guy, defensive guy. He's their defensive specialist. He comes in and he's going, guarding everyone, making sure that if somebody needs a switch, he's going to switch. He takes the best offensive player every given night, and that's what he does. And he's good at it, okay? And what I like is Kevin Huerter being the starting lineup, they moved Bogdan Bogdanovic basically to become the sixth man. And Bogdan will come in for Kevin Huerter and just shoot. He'll have a green light and he'll just put up buckets. And that's what they need to tell him. Bogdan, you come in for 20, 25 minutes, play your Jordan Clarkson role and just put up shots. That's what we need you to do. Just take shots, okay? And we've seen with, when John Collins is out and especially, when he's healthy and John Collins comes out of the game, Danilo Gallinari does a good job stretching the floor with Bogdan because what you'll see is Trae Young, Bogdan, Hunter to keep up with the defense, Gallinari, and sometimes, obviously Capella's usually out there, but sometimes they'll play Onyeka Okongwu. Let me take a sip of coffee. And the thing is you could argue their weakest position is the guard, backup point guard position for Trae Young, but DeLon Wright does a really good job of being able to be this level-headed defensive pass first, rebounding-esque guard to come in for Trae Young, which they haven't had in 2 years. And then if they need another scoring punch, they have Lou Will. And the best part about this is if any of those main guys that I just got talked about, DeLon Wright, Lou Will, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Danilo Gallinari, and Onyeka get hurt, they can replace, the guys with the other guys they have in the lineup that they still have depth with, Gorgie Dang, Jalen Johnson, Timothy Luwawu, Kyle Rowell, Kevin Knox, Skylar Mays, okay? So they still have another 5 guys on this roster that if, shit hits the fan that they can, deal with it. So what do I think needs to happen is obviously it's the defense. The defense is the biggest thing. And they have the size. And I'm a firm believer that Gallinari has to play the power forward position at this point in his career because he's going to get burned playing the small forward position. And I know the small forward position is where we're weakest. So, and Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot, you could argue, is a better defender than Bogdan Bogdanovic and is the second best defender on this team behind, DeAndre Hunter, arguably, perimeter defender. And I don't know if that's good, but I feel like maybe in some game, Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot isn't a great defender. He just has nights where he can be a plus defender in a prototypical 3D. And that was something that I hope they do look into the buyout market. Obviously a Torrey Craig would have been great, but a guy who can come in for DeAndre Hunter and give him some breaks so they can have a defensive guy is what I just think the biggest thing is the makeup for their defense. They just need to be able to shoot lights out, but I think it's easier to play better defense to make up if they don't shoot lights out. And I think this is a great team because they can control the boards with, John Collins, Clint Capella, and Onyeka Okongwu. And if they need to, Gorgie Dang can also stretch the floor. But then they have size. You go from small forward up, you go basically 6'7", DeAndre Hunter, 6'9", John Collins, and 6'10", 6'11", Clint Capella. So they got size right there, match up with a lot of teams. And I think it's interesting. What do you guys think? I think it's definitely a weird juxtaposition that they're put in. I as a NBA fan, somewhat of a Hawks man. I do hope for the best for this team, and I do think they can turn their season around. It's all comes down to defense. Personally, I think they have everything else done except the defense needs to be what is going to be their saving grace if they want to have another season where they have a big run. And I know that might be harder than some people think. So that's where I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Till next, guys. Peace out.